Hello everybody. Well, it has been about 4 days, maybe 5 days since our last update, so I thought it was time that I shared with you the progress of the babies. Now we are down to nine babies. Let me just do a count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There must be one missing. I'm sure there's 9. Anyway, it has been a really dramatic few days, as I'm sure you're aware following our kitten rescue stories that most of them are really dramatic days. We've got our original 6 here that are doing really super well. Hello you, hello buddy. The only problem we've got is the conjunctivitis. The conjunctivitis has been such a problem. The eyes are still glued shut. We've managed to get one of yours open, haven't we? Even though you are fast asleep, so you're closing it. And that has been a problem. Also, with it being a conjunctivitis, it has passed on to the other kittens as well. So now at the moment, I would say most of them, it's easier to pick out the ones that have got clear eyes. So at the moment, Harley has got clear eyes, and Buddy has got clear eyes, and Gizmo over here around the back, she has also got clear eyes, haven't you? Which is really sweet. But the rest of them have started with the grotty eyeballs again, so we have to try and get that sorted. Now, I mentioned it being a bit of a bad week. As you might know, we did have a really sweet woolly white kitten that looked very much like Sam. Hello Princess Honey. And we called him Tam, so we'd got Sam and Tam, and he went out to the most wonderful home on Saturday. He went over with Lucy, another little kitten. Well, unfortunately, he developed the very same condition that Rosalita had, even though they are from completely different places. They're from completely different litters, no relation whatsoever. We ended up going over last night to the heartbroken family, as he was literally gasping with the kitten syndrome, the Fading Kitten Syndrome. And he did unfortunately pass away last night. So he has been buried with the other kittens. So this year, just in kitten season, we have lost 5 out of 19 of our rescues. And I just can't tell you how heartbreaking that is. All we seem to be doing is burying little kittens, which is really horrible, because they're so tiny and each and every one is so precious to us. And even though they're just walking vet bills at the moment, we care about them so much. We would literally do anything for them. So losing them, especially when they've found such gorgeous loving homes, is horrific. But onwards and upwards. Look at little Miss Shakira. She's walking really well now. We think that she must be about 4 weeks now, which is lush. They are ready for a feed. So there's only Samuel that's got a really chunky tummy still, because in the 3 to 4 hours between their feeds, they seem to use their tummies on energy. So they need topping up. Right, let's get going and get some food in you all. Today we are also focusing, as well as getting rid of the cat flu sorted out again, we are focusing on weaning. Now these babies are 8 to 9 weeks old, and they should really be eating independently now, but they're absolutely not. They will sit there, they will look at the food, they're not interested in it at all. You can put it in front of their nose, in front of their eyes. Oh, excuse me, one of them's going in now. Go on Tango, you can do it. So what I'm having to do for a prolonged period of time, which sounds horrific, is take them away from their mum. And that's purely so that they can learn to wean. Because kittens can wean as early as 3 weeks, even though that's not recommended. The recommended is 5. But they are there now, more than there. And they've got a beautiful home waiting to go to. But we just need to get this weaning sorted. And here we are with the little cuddle pile of the kittens. Now this is one of the reasons why I've really struggled with their eyes. If you look at tiny Shakira, her eyes are actually a lot better than what they were. So if you can remember when they first came, so that was 2 weeks ago and 2 days. We couldn't tell what age they were. We didn't know really anything about them. Hello, little darling. And we struggled to be able to know what to do. So with the help of the vets, we had to put them on some really mild, because of how tiny they were, antibiotics. Oh, bless you, bless you. So they have had cat flu, and we tried to keep all of the kittens away, but then Princess Honey went and stole them. And I had a really big battle with Princess Honey to be able to get the babies to where they should be. But then in the end, we just gave up, and we thought they'd got a better chance of survival actually having a cat mummy than they did just being bottle fed. So that was our reasoning behind it. The problem with that is, because of the cat flu, it spread to all of the kittens. So now all of the kittens are on antibiotics, which is a pain. Now some of them, as you can see here, have got no symptoms. Some of them over there have got no symptoms, and some, like Sam, we've got one eye open eventually, and it's taken us so long to get that eye open. And I'm doing it on a rotation at the moment, where we're doing eyes twice a day and cleaning noses once a day. They're on eye drops, and they're also on the antibiotics. But then you get kittens like Buddy, who's having a bit of a scratch at the moment. And after we initially bathed her eyes, she doesn't have a problem. She's got no runny nose, she's got no runny eyes. She's in the perfect health, aren't you, baby? So it's really funny how it's affected different kittens different ways. As you know, we do have Spartan as well, wherever he's gone. And he is blind. He'll never regain his sight. And what we've also found is when the kittens have gone on to their new homes, it's been easier because there's been less kittens in the cuddle pile with the germs. And when they've gone on to their new homes, they've got the antibiotics that's been needed, and they've got the one-on-one care that's been needed to be able to make sure that they get everything that they want. So what I will do is I'll get a lovely bottle made, and then I'll show you. Yes, I know, because you're hungry, aren't you? And I'll show you exactly what it's like to be feeding them. Now, I haven't done their eyes now. It is 5 o'clock at night, and I last did their eyes at 8 o'clock this morning, and they'll be done at 8 o'clock. So if they're looking a little bit gammy and a little bit runny, that is purely because they can only be done twice a day. Same as their nose. Their nose can only be done once a day, because otherwise it rubs the skin raw. So I know it's not very nice to look at, and I know people think, oh, why don't you just wipe your kitten's face clean? I promise it's not as easy as that. If it was as easy as that, I'd be on it constantly, but you can only do it twice a day. So let me go get them fed. Starting with Sam. Sam loves his bottle. Sam gets very hungry. Gets very hungry. Now, when they first started on the bottle, I love watching that. Look at the ear twitch. Isn't that the sweetest thing ever? When they first started on the bottle, they had a much smaller nipple than the one that they've got now. And the only entrance to it was a very hot pinprick through the top. That was to make sure that there was only a drop of milk coming through at any one time. Whereas now they're a bit older, as you can see, I've taken a big chunk out of the top of the nipple there. Sorry, you can have that back. So that they can get the right flow, and it's the correct flow for their age, but you do have to monitor it yourself. These nipples do not come with a hole in, so you have to kind of gauge it by how they're eating. Now we have started trying to wean as well. Over there, Ike and Poppy are on the weaning mat, where we're trying to get everybody to eat, because as soon as they can eat independently, they can go to new homes. And what the big cats tend to do, even Puppy over there, Puppy, Poppy and Ike, is they lurk around waiting for any leftovers, anything that they can then eat up as well. It's wonderful having a house full of cats, isn't it, Sam? There's millions of you, millions and millions. Right, let's finish you off and then we can move on to the next kitten. Good boy. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I've got to turn the camera off. Can I turn the camera off? Let me turn the camera off. Here is little Miss Shakira, who we just call Kiki now. Hello, beautiful. I hate seeing her like this because at the end of every day, both of our eyes are still glued shut, but at least we've managed to get rid of most of the infection in there. And she loves her dinner, don't you? Oh, she loves a bot. Loves a bot. I'll not record for too long because I need to get her belly down to be able to do, because she's still so teeny tiny. Oh, but look at the ear twitch. There is nothing more adorable than watching little teeny tiny Kiki going for it. She loves her feed so much. Good girl. And there we go. The main reason why I've not been able to get on top of the flu with the Kit Kats. And that's because Princess Honey, our ex-feral girl, is doing such a wonderful job that everybody still gets into the cuddle pile, and it makes clearing up all this absolutely impossible. As soon as they're a bit older though, hey Kiki, we'll be able to get slightly stronger antibiotics and hopefully we can just give it a big old blitz, and that will be awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it's taken a few days for us to be able to update. But as you can see, everybody's doing really well. Really well. Even with the gunky eyes, everybody is fit and healthy. And they've just got a little bit of a snotty nose and runny eyes. So until next time, little Shakiki, thank you for watching.